Good morning, you guys. It is rainy and gloomy outside. You can probably tell by the lighting in my house right now. We found out a couple days ago that Myles has RSV, so obviously we've been staying in and I'm trying to get him better. He has to do like these breathing treatments and stuff like that. I think he just woke up, so we're gonna see how he's feeling today. Look at this. We have the humidifier on like high, and so it's so misty in here. Guess we need some medicine this morning. I can give him the liquid medicine if I want to fight him and make him really upset. But if I just put it in his cup and then I just put a little bit of juice to where I know he's gonna actually get the medicine, because when he wakes up, him's thirsty. And it works. Mom tips. Y'all, he's signing for more, and we've had so much trouble getting him to do that, so I'm very impressed with that. What I've been doing is taking this unflavored Pedialyte and just this, and then filling it the rest of the way up with his juice, just a taste that he's familiar with, because he's so picky. I was afraid to get the flavored Pedialyte and him not care for the flavor and not drink it. But I'm just trying to make sure. You hear him? He sounds awful. I'm just trying to keep him hydrated. Also, this thing, if you saw that leak, it leaks now because there's a piece, I don't know why I just did that like is missing from it. Normally these Contigo cups don't leak, and that's why I love them. I need to just get him some new ones, honestly. Okay, let's chat for a minute, because I wanted to talk to you guys about literally my headspace this morning. Ignore the fact that I look like total crap right now, because one of my issues this morning was I woke up and I looked around the house. The house was trashed. I wanted to film today, and I looked around. I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to film in a messy house, but I also didn't want to like speed clean before starting to film either. Also, I didn't really feel like getting myself ready, and I was like, you know what? How about you just do neither one of those things? How's that sound? How about you don't get yourself ready? How about you don't speed clean the house before you start filming? How about that? So that's what I decided to do, because I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself whenever it comes to making videos, and sometimes it's necessary, but sometimes it's unnecessary. I was gonna actually film yesterday, do a little like morning routine, maybe like a little sick morning routine, and then I don't know, I figured there'd be people out there that would think it was bad that I was filming when Myles is sick, instead of looking at it like, oh, look at her multitasking, taking care of her sick child and getting work done. No, of course no one ever thinks like that. People will be like, look at her neglecting her child as I film giving my child medicine, snuggling my child, giving him breathing treatments. Because a camera is in the room, it's neglect. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm off on a tangent. I did wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, so you'll have to excuse me. And I haven't had my coffee yet. I fixed him up. I fixed his hair and put him in an outfit. He's been in very good spirits. He's just been kind of pitiful. Like, he's still playing. He's still calm. He's not just like walking around crying or anything. Everything he does is kind of like weaker. His voice is a little weaker. If he does whine about something, it's just like so weak and pitiful. And you can just kind of see in his eyes that he doesn't feel good. I always kind of let him wake up for a minute and have a moment and have something to drink and something to eat before I hit him with the breathing treatment, because sometimes he does not like it. So I kind of let him enjoy a little bit of his morning first. Anyway, so today I'm just filming whatever I do and whatever I feel like filming, so that I can actually enjoy it a little bit more instead of making it more stressful than it has to be. Bryce tested negative for everything, and then he just tested positive for RSV. So they said pretty much something did go through our house, and basically it's just worse for him being 2 and having RSV. And I'm still not sick. Don't understand. I mean, I have, like I said, I've been doing emergency every single day. I still need to do that, and a couple of different like elderberry things I'll show you guys in a minute. So I'm going to show you guys what I've been doing for my coffee, because I've seen people say you can make your own brown sugar syrup, and it's so easy, and it is. So you just do equal parts of brown sugar. I don't even know what size this measuring thing is because it's messed up. So I just use one of these, and then I use the same measuring cup and put water in. And you literally just dissolve the brown sugar in here. And that way, if you like brown sugar in your coffee, you can have that flavor, but it's not gonna be all gritty. I'm definitely using this measuring cup to stir it because I've already got a sink full of dishes. But You can see the little specks of it still down in there, so I just wait until I get it all dissolved. So now that I've done that, I'm just gonna pour this into a jar. And you can stick this in the fridge just to let it cool down, and I think it might thicken up a little, not very much though. So for our coffee this morning, we are going to do some caramel drizzle. Usually I make this syrup a little sooner so that way it can cool down, but today was not that day. Sometimes I feel repetitive when I show what pods I use, but I do still continually get questions. So this double espresso Chiaro is my favorite one if I'm making like an iced latte, iced coffee. If you want a hot coffee, I really recommend the Milazio. I just had someone ask me on my last video which pods I use. It's kind of like how I repeatedly show you guys how I make my coffee. So we just put oat milk in here. I don't have any whip to put on top of it. I kind of wish that I did. I literally wore this shirt to bed. I know none of you guys asked, but that's why it kind of looks stretched out and wrinkly. I always have to taste test to see if I want to put more of the brown sugar syrup in there because I haven't gauged exactly how much brown sugar syrup I should put in it yet. Just kind of like put a little splash in there, but it's very good. Very good. I don't know where any of the lids to these mason jars are. I wish that I did because I see a lot of people make much more than this at a time and then they can just pull it out each day. I don't know if they store it in the fridge or if they keep it on their counter, but I've just been making more each day and that's kind of a waste of time. I should be making like even this amount right here. I could just store it and I could use this for a few days. You know what I mean? I need to find those lids. I'm about to look. When I tell you guys that I found one. Okay, once the sugar is dissolved, let the syrup cool, store it in a glass container in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 weeks. All right, we're just gonna put this in the fridge. We'll see how it is tomorrow. We'll just see. We had to get a new nebulizer for Myles. We had one that I had gotten for Liam or Bryce or something. I don't know where it is, but it was definitely just a regular one. This time they had a cute little dinosaur, like kids one, and they said they have regular ones too, but they like to give the kids these, and it's so stinking cute. Are you kidding me? Myles still don't like it, but it's cute. We're about to do this. He's gonna be mad at me. So typically I crank his TV show up because this machine's a little bit loud, and if he'll just focus on watching TV, kind of sit still for longer. I'm just wondering if it's gonna sound as loud on camera as it actually is. As soon as he hears it, watch. He's like, this, no. No. He be doing that. He be doing that. He's doing good now. He's gotten into his show. So if you didn't see my last video where I showed the elderberry stuff that we got, so we usually get elderberry syrup. I have not been leaving this house with Myles, of course. I'm so afraid, like, obviously, to put him in a Walmart cart and then like a 10-month-old baby or something get in the cart after him and get RSV. Like, no. So we've been doing deliveries, but for some reason it keeps saying they don't have elderberry syrup. Like it doesn't even pop up as an option. So we got these because these always pop up, and I don't know if they're just as good as a syrup. You guys are gonna have to let me know. However, my cousin told me that her whole household got sick except for her son. Her son wasn't sick yet, and he's like the first kid that usually gets sick, right? So she said she was giving him these, the little gummies, and then she was giving him these, which they say to take at the first sign, won't it focus? At the first sign of cold or flu. So I've been taking both. She said her son never got sick, even though the whole household was sick. And I don't know if this works for me. I'm gonna be doing this every single time because it's so much easier to take care of your sick kids if you are well. So, but also I've been taking this emergency packet thing. I've been doing this once a day. So I don't know what's doing it for me, but this combination is what I'm gonna be using from now on. We're gonna let this crock pot soak. What you doing? You feeling okay? Huh? You eating a little snack? You Yeah? I know it. Oh, I love you. He's so snuggly. I'm just curious how many of you guys have also done a lot of like self-discovery around the age of 30, like early 30s, because I feel like I'm still learning myself. But then learning myself is kind of like helping me with so many things. I know it sounds kind of weird, but right now I feel so much different than I did when I got up this morning, which I'm not a morning person, so that's one big part of it. But having a little bit of coffee in me and getting some cleaning done, like just rage cleaning, has made me feel so much better. But it's weird because this morning I was like, I'm not even gonna clean. Like, I don't even want to, like today's not the day. But it was the day. I just needed, if the house is dirty and cluttered, my mind is cluttered and I can't function. Josh gets off early on Fridays, so he just called me and he was like, well, I missed his call because my phone was on vibrate and I was doing dishes. He was like, hey, I was just calling to see what you're doing for lunch, but it's okay, I already figured it out. And I was like, oh, you picked up lunch? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, good, because I have not ate lunch yet. And then I sat there and I'm like, what if I have had coffee and I've had some multi-grain Cheerios and I had them at like 5:45 because as soon as I woke up this morning, I was hungry. And it's 11:30. So he grabbed some fast food, so he should be home any minute. But I'm about to clean these floors because something about I've noticed this about myself. Floors determine in my head how clean my house is. If I'm walking around with no socks or anything on and I feel things on my feet, I spiral, can't handle it. Josh personally always wears socks and his slides around the house, but I'm kind of half and half, like it varies. There are a lot of days where I'm barefoot. So I'm about to clean these floors. I've been loving my Tenneco, you guys know. This has been my saving grace. This is not an ad. I just love it because I can, if you guys notice, there's actually stuff all over my floor, but all my floors are either this hardwood right here or they're this right here. No carpet anywhere. So sweeping and then mopping takes forever, so this does both. And we love her and we appreciate her.
With your colors, they kinda tell me what I'm thinking.